and they want to give them classes in essentially wokeness. Can you believe? So, you've seen it. We will, with the school, I think the schools are very important. We're going to bring our education department back. Now, with the military, we're ending woke immediately. I ended woke. Totally.
Imagine a world where your kid comes home from school talking about math instead of microaggressions, where the army trains soldiers, not social justice warriors. Sounds like a dream, doesn't it? Well, Trump's got news for you. He's ready to turn that dream into reality. He's gonna take a wrecking ball to all this woke garbage and build something better. You ready for this makeover? You think you know what's going on in schools these days? Buckle up, because it's about to get wild. We're not talking reading, writing, and arithmetic anymore. Nah, that's too old school for the woke crowd running our education system. Let's take a little field trip into today's classroom, shall we? Picture this. Instead of learning about George Washington, kids are getting lessons on gender unicorns.
We will, with the school, I think the schools are very important. We're going to bring our education department back now close to the bottom of the list, sometimes the bottom of the list, and spending more money than anybody else. So
yeah, you heard that right. And it's not just elementary schools pushing this stuff. Even the military's getting in on the action. Trump spilled the tea about how in Hawaii, first responders had to sit through a whole week of woke training before they could help with disaster recovery. I mean, come on, people are in trouble and we're worried about pronouns. Now, Trump's been saying our schools and military are drowning in this woke nonsense. But is he just blowing smoke? Well, let's look at the facts. PEN America, which ain't exactly a right-wing outfit, found over 4,300 cases of school book bans in just 6 months. And guess what kind of books they're banning? Ones that talk about race, racism, and LGBTQ+ stuff.
if you look at our education, we pay more per pupil than any country in the world by 3 times. I think that we can have one of the best school systems in the world. Right now, we have one of the worst.
So yeah, seems like Trump might be onto something. But here's where it gets really messed up. We're throwing more money at schools than any other country, but what are we getting for it? A bunch of kids who can't read or do math, that's what. And don't even get me started on how we stack up against other countries. It's embarrassing, folks. And it's not just the kids who are suffering. Teachers are walking on eggshells, afraid to say anything that might offend someone. 2/3 of them are censoring themselves in class. So much for free speech, huh? The real kicker? While we're busy teaching kids about microaggressions, other countries are kicking our butts in math and science. We're raising a generation that's more worried about feelings than facts.
What would the first thing you'll do to fix our current school system and even our current military that's only focusing on teaching woke?
And they want to give them classes in essentially wokeness. Can you believe? So, you've seen it.
And let's not forget about our military. How are we supposed to defend ourselves if our soldiers are more concerned with social justice than actual combat? This woke wasteland isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. We're spending billions on education, but our kids can't compete globally. We've got the best funded military in the world, but we're wasting time and money on sensitivity training instead of battlefield readiness. But hey, don't get too depressed. Trump's seen this mess, and he's not just complaining, he's got a plan to clean it up. He's talking about a total overhaul, folks. We're talking real education, not indoctrination. A military that's focused on winning wars, not winning woke points. So yeah, it's bad out there, real bad. But Trump's got some ideas that might just turn this ship around. Wanna know what he's got up his sleeve? Stick around, cause we're about to dive into Trump's anti-woke arsenal. It's gonna be huge. Trump's got a secret weapon in his fight against woke culture. It's not just talk. We're talking major changes to how we teach our kids and train our soldiers. But here's the kicker. Some people think his ideas could totally backfire. So what's the deal with Trump's anti-woke arsenal? And why's it got everyone freaking out? Let's break it down. Trump's not just sitting around complaining about how messed up our schools and military are.
And then in their first week, they reestablished it. It's crazy. They pay instructors hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. With the military, we're ending woke immediately. I ended woke. Totally. Literally, they want our military to be woke. And it's just not going to happen.
Nah, he's cooking up some big plans to flip the script. We're talking a total makeover, folks. And it all starts with the teachers. Get this, Trump wants to create a whole new system for certifying patriotic teachers. Yeah, you heard that right. No more lefty professors pushing their agenda on your kids. Trump's talking about teachers who will actually teach American history instead of trying to make your kid feel guilty for being born. It's like a stamp of approval for educators who love this country. But that's not all. Trump's got this wild idea about school choice for everyone. Imagine being able to send your kid to any school you want, public or private, and the government foots the bill. It's like giving a big middle finger to all those failing public schools pushing woke nonsense.
Gender ideology over learning the basics of life and history and protecting us.
They have people going there, and before they bring them on board, they have to study woke for a week. Can you believe this?
And don't forget about the military. Trump's ready to take an axe to all that woke spending. No more sensitivity training or diversity workshops. He wants soldiers who can fight, not social workers in camo. And now I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great, but can he actually pull it off? I mean, we're talking about some major changes here. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. There's gonna be pushback from the woke crowd, teachers' unions, and probably half of Congress. But just imagine for a second what America could look like if Trump's plan works. Schools teaching real skills instead of made-up genders. A military focused on kicking butt instead of using the right pronouns. Kids who can actually read and do math. Soldiers who are ready to defend our country, not debate microaggressions. The benefits could be huge. We're talking smarter kids, a stronger military, and an America that's actually proud of itself again. No more apologizing for our history or tiptoeing around sensitive topics. Just good old-fashioned patriotism and common sense. But here's the thing, there's more to this plan than meets the eye. Trump's not just talking about changing what's taught in schools. He wants to give parents the power to hire and fire principals. Can you imagine the PTA meetings? It's like turning every school into a reality TV show. And all this talk about patriotism and American values, it's got some people worried. They're saying it could lead to censorship or whitewashing history. But Trump supporters, they're all in. They see this as a way to take back control from the liberal elites who've been running things for too long. So yeah, Trump's anti-woke arsenal is no joke. It's bold, it's controversial, and it's got people on both sides fired up. But whether you love it or hate it, you gotta admit, it's gonna be one hell of a show if he actually tries to make it happen.
Because some of these school boards have become tyrannical. They've been horrible. But we're going to bring that back. Number one, you love your students. You want your students. You know your students. The parents will be involved. That's the other thing. We're going to get them.
So here we are, folks. Trump's laid out his vision for an America that's not afraid to be, well, America. No more woke wasteland. We're talking about a patriot paradise. Schools teaching kids how to think, not what to think. A military that's ready to fight actual battles, not Twitter wars. But here's the kicker. It's not just gonna happen by magic. It's up to us. Yeah, you heard me right. If we want this anti-woke makeover, we gotta make some noise. Get involved in those school board elections. Speak up about what your kids are learning. Support the folks who are pushing for these changes. Because let's face it, this isn't just about politics. It's about our kids' future. It's about keeping America safe and strong. So what's it gonna be? Woke wasteland or patriot paradise? The choice is yours. What are you gonna do about it?